Hey guys, working with a little light here at 12:22 noontime in Troon, Scotland. Hold on a sec. Oh, a little microwavy, fluorescenty. Hold on a sec. Let's get everything set up here. So today's blogging tip of the day. All right, I think I've got work around here. Yeah, this works. It could be better to do the natural lighting bit. It's a little dark though, but I don't know. We'll see. Sit tight, guys. Sit tight, sit tight, sit tight. I think that's a little better. Yeah, that's actually excellent. All right, guys. So today we want to talk about, as bloggers, being thorough. The blogging tip of the day is being thorough. So you want to think about how you can do a more thorough, more complete job versus just trying to put stuff out there. So, guys, basically, just setting up moderation on my YouTube. Timestamps, community moderation. Nah. So, guys, basically, you'll learn that the more depth, detail, timestamps, whatever, meaning, length, if you will, that you put into your work, that work works for you. So, as a practical example, well, before we dive in, guys, make sure you stop by bloggingfromparadise.com for smart blogging tips. Okay, so for example, when you publish a long form post and you aim for 1,200 to 1,500 words, good to see you, Vishwaji, you will find jam packing a ton of practical tips into long form content, long form posts, because it's more thorough, rich, and detailed. Those are the types of posts that tend to rank on page one of Google, which also generate strong organic passive traffic around the clock on sites like YouTube. If you share it on YouTube as an update or point a video at it, Twitter, Facebook. These types of posts gain traction on Q&A sites if you share it there, or some of your readers or other folks may reference it on these Q&A sites. So you'll begin to see, if I put more time, mindfulness, and work, if I make a piece of content, a blog post more thorough, if I broadcast live for a bit longer, and with that extra time, I add a lot of value, a lot of helpful practical tips, you will observe, you will notice that these pieces of content that are super in depth, thorough, resources, each generates organic traffic passively when you step away from the phone and away from the laptop. This is the type of content you will need to create if you want to become a professional blogger, because detailed, thorough content frees you, offers you freedom. You could step away from the laptop. You could step away from the phone, live your life, go to sleep. And these type of very, very thorough posts nab a lot of traffic and directly or indirectly blogging income over the long haul. Hey, Sarah. You work on this content, make it highly detailed, then it works for you. So you're thinking more about creating assets that work for you around the clock versus publishing really thin content at a heavy clip. I'm talking about high volume of that stuff. So an example as for bloggers would be publishing 10 500-word posts daily to your blog. That strategy doesn't yield freedom. It doesn't yield quality organic traffic and or passive traffic and blogging income, because each post, even though there's a ton of them out there, they're thin, they're weak, they're not valuable, they're not practical. Readers want more per blog post. So readers, generally speaking, want resources. You will find this on Google. You will find this on social media. You find this almost anywhere. Posts that attract committed, loyal readers, customers, and clients first force you to commit to the content creation process. So if you want loyal, committed readers, loyally commit 100% to creating thorough, detailed, practical content every time you publish a post. The general frame of thinking is quality over quantity, although I like to expand that a little bit by saying publish a high quantity of quality content over many thousands of hours spanning years of your life. So you'll actually have both. So don't pick one over the other, but pick quality first, because that's the type of content which attracts loyal readers, loyal customers, loyal clients, referral traffic builders, referral business builders. So then when you step away from your phone and your laptop and you go to sleep, or you circle the globe, or you spend some time out with the fam or solo, that post generates high quality traffic. And yes, slowly but surely blogging income for you passively while you have a life. This is freedom. And you also discover it's pretty much a non-negotiable, because even if you're not so heavily focused on living a life of freedom by generating passive income, Google, social media algorithms, those are the two that come to mind as far as the Google algorithm, social algorithm, deeply favor thorough content. So practically speaking, what word count? For me, 1,200 to 1,500 words works. That's what I guide my readers with. That's what I teach at bloggingfromparadise.com. You can go a little more long form, but rather than focusing on a specific word count, make the words count, which means add many practical tips, steps, techniques, and tactics. So Vishwajit says quality matters a lot. Make content for your readers, not for search engines. Great points, Ryan. Thank you, Vishwajit. Yeah, you do want to make it for readers. So listen to Vishwajit, who is a thriving blogger in his own right. So think about human beings sitting in front of their laptop, or in most cases, phone, right? Who then proceed to read your content. So put yourself in their shoes. When you come across a piece of content online, you want a thorough solution. In most cases, you want a resource. You're thinking, yeah, I want 5 or 10 or 15 steps or tips or techniques. This has to be thorough. It has to baby step me through the process. Maybe you're new to the topic and you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So when you lay it out and you link everything, so you're not leaving out you're not making broad strokes or leaving out tons of steps. You're like, no. Step. 1 step, 2 step. Okay, now it's 5. Oh yeah, 10 practical tips. And it doesn't mean it has to be a post 15, 20, 30 tips. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, let's say, how to drive blog traffic for new bloggers. You include, so you'll say 5 tips to drive blog traffic for beginners. Okay. So you list the 5 tips. Then, if you're really cooking with gas, if you really want to drill down, you break each one of those 5 tips into 2, 3, or 4 tips or steps or tactics. You might even break those down beyond. But this is the whole idea. You keep breaking things down so readers can consume your content, and it's going to be long form organically. It's just you can't do it in 500 words or 600. We're talking 12 to 1500, maybe even a little bit longer, depending on what's appropriate for the post. But as you keep breaking them down into steps and tips, readers love that. Predominantly, especially committed readers who really want to use what you have to offer to improve their lives, to solve their problems, to benefit themselves. Because then in their mind, they're like, oh, this is great. They're not leaving out any steps or tips. Now I know. Boom, 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 boom. So Ryan says, publish long form content. Step 1, tip 1, how to drive traffic for new bloggers. Okay, what the hell's long form content? How do you do it? What steps do you follow? When you understand that that's what readers want to know, that's what Google wants you to share. It's what new bloggers want you to share, because either they have no clue in hell what long form content is, they'll need you to define it in the post, then describe in vivid detail, step by step by step, how to actually do it. This is exactly what people want. And when you give them what they want, when you're publishing for readers who have these questions, who want to know that you cover all the steps, they don't want you to leave anything out, that Royal Mail. Oh, greetings from Scotland, by the way. I may have said it in the beginning of the video, but I'm in Troon, right on the Firth of Clyde, so right on the water as Storm Bert. Let's say barrels. He hasn't really been too strong yet. I think later today we'll feel it, and then tomorrow some of the winds as it blows through. But then you'll see the power of this concept, quality work. Choose quality over quantity, drill down, publish in-depth content. Readers will be really happy. Humans will be really happy that you covered all the steps. They will drive referral traffic to your blog by mentioning your blog, maybe some income and referral income, buying your stuff, hiring you, mentioning it to your friends, to their friends, that there's this rockin' blogger who's really thorough and helpful, which is exactly what social media wants, the algorithm overall, as far as aligning with committed readers. And of course, the Google algorithm wants in-depth, long-form, quality content, 1,000 words, 1,500 words, maybe a bit more, filled with a lot of practical tips, a lot of practical steps, techniques, tactics to baby step readers through the process. Don't leave anything out. When you're making Google happy, folks using social media happy, directly folks who sign up for your list or who bookmarked your blog, that's where the quality traffic and the income originates from. And then slowly but surely you keep at this, you'll have a full-time blogging career. You'll be able to be a professional. You will be a professional blogger because you focused heavily on publishing quality content of a long form, thorough, detailed nature consistently, persistently. So maybe one long form post a week. So when readers say publish quality over quantity, choose quality over quantity, they're saying practical level, worldly level, pump the brakes on your posting schedule and publish one quality post every single week, so you make sure you do a phenomenal job. Not that it's going to take you 5 days or 7 days, but the concept is first focus on getting the 1,200 to 1,500, maybe a little bit longer, highly practical, detailed post with 5, 10, 15 tips or steps. So you have 5 tips in the title, then you break down those tips into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So you really baby step your readers through it. That's the type of content, even if it's just one post a week, which will draw quality traffic and blogging income to you slowly but surely. So doing a highly detailed, thorough job brings quality traffic and blogging income, whereas publishing really thin content, short content, 400, 500 word posts, 50, 100 updates on Twitter that are just 1 or 2 lines, It just doesn't bring lasting, exponentially increasing high quality traffic, passive traffic, organic traffic, and blogging income. It just doesn't. People are looking for more. The algorithms are looking for more. The world is looking for more. You got to think about detail and depth. You have to think about, I understand some blog posts may lend themselves to you sharing like 1 or 2 tips if you cover a specific topic. That's okay, but do understand that the more you publish that type of content where it's like 1 tip, 1 step, you're passing thought on something, 500, 600, maybe 700 words. These posts have a very low shelf life because they don't hit the mark with the algorithm, generally speaking, with most readers, and they're going to die, which means in the blogging world, nobody's ever going to read them again. Even if you try to promote them and republish and promote them again and repeat promote them again, you'll see that people just say, Some may say, hey, good message. If we're looking for quality traffic, organic traffic, and blogging income here, you're not going to do it with a bunch of thin content, with a high quantity of content. So guys, that will be it for today. I think 16 minutes is good. I want to remain true to what I'm sharing here on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. Quality content wins. Quality content wins. Just drill down maybe 1,200, 1,500 words per blog post. Or for Twitter, here's an idea, a decent length live broadcast. Or what I'm digging, which is getting more impressions for me, is to start a thread on Twitter and just keep adding tweets, keep adding practical tips with each tweet, keep sharing helpful thoughts with each tweet. So I'm talking about, instead of just tweeting once, let me fill up 1 tweet and send it. Feel free to do it, of course, here and there, but this concept more readily applies. Already seeing it, doing it consistently over only a few days. These posts get a lot more impressions, a lot more retweets, a lot more likes when you start a thread of, say, 5, 7, maybe 10 or 15 tweets. So you're threading it. You're just clicking on that little plus button, right? It's long form content. You may see, and don't be fooled by this, guys, updates on social media that appear to generate a lot of popularity. There's maybe a lot of retweets, a lot of likes, perhaps a lot of comments, but that has nothing to do with, largely, it really doesn't. I've experienced this so many times publishing some mildly viral content. It largely doesn't attract. So you see all these bloggers or these Twitter users, tweeters, Xers, generating a ton of popularity on these platforms. It usually doesn't equate to migrating those people from social media over to your blog, who then become loyal readers, customers, clients, referral traffic, and referral business builders. It generally doesn't, because when you see those popular posts that are really thin, the people who gravitate towards it are easily distracted. They're definitely not committed to following your blog. In most cases, putting in the work, they're just there for maybe a distraction, maybe a diversion, a little bit of pleasure. So it's not someone who really wants to follow a blog and read posts, and that's okay. But then remember that, don't let that frustrate you or sway you. And say, hey, they're getting so much seeming engagement. It's like, yeah, but almost every one of those people are not, if these people even have blogs, journeying from social media to the blog. Because once you get to the blog, then it's a person's looking for a different thing. If you're looking for a distraction, hopping on board of what seems popular, that's one mindset, that's one person, that's one intent, versus someone who wants to put in the work to change their lives and who wants to read blog content and invest money on courses, invest money in ebooks. That's a very different person. And that's why this strategy is so important in terms of following it, because you're going to attract committed, serious, prospering people by publishing the type of thorough, in-depth content that they want, that appeals to them. They don't want the thin stuff. They want to change their life, and they want you to do it for them. So publish the thorough, in-depth content to do it. That's it for today, guys. Signing off from beautiful Troon in Scotland. Stop by bloggingfromparadise.com for smart blogging tips. I also offer a blogging course and a blogging ebook. Until next time, you know what to do. Enjoy Paradise all.